Hi, I'm Sarah Ellen. I've just been chilling at home today and I wanted to share with you all my journey. Today is day one of a pretty significant fast for me, and I wanted to explain a little bit about why I've chosen to do this fast and what it's about. I've actually chosen to do a 2020 fast. So the 2020 fast is in preparation for 2020, which is ideal. For me personally, I've chosen to do this fast at this point in time because I'm about to turn 40 next year. And I would like to show people the experience, I guess, or share the experience as much as I can, because fasting's not, to me, about losing weight. It can be for those that, are in a position where they need to, but for me, it's not about losing weight. In fact, the coming months I've been in Australia, in the last few months I've been in Australia, so I have been in winter, which meant I've been really enjoying comfort foods, and I've been eating a lot more fats than I would usually, because I've come from a fasting background and a fasting history through my work, because I'm a fasting coach and work with plant-based nutrition with my clients all the time. So I haven't just decided to get into this fast to lose weight or, to try something new. It's actually because I've already done fasts in the past and I know how rejuvenating they are for every cell in the body, how they can reset your gut, your microbiome, and, get your body in a position where it's healing things from inflammation all the way through to just anything and everything in the body, even cancers and things like that. But for me personally, it's been an emotional journey, and I find fasting is something that has really made some huge differences for me on an emotional level. So this journey for me of this 2020 fast is about emotional healing, and it's about healing on a really deep soul level and healing my DNA. So we come into this world where we are a piece of our mom and a piece of our dad, and all of the history of their family all the way back. And so we come into this life with a certain quality of cells, and we think we're stuck with them, or some people think we're stuck with them. We're not. It's actually, we do take on their emotions. I believe that we take on the emotions from our ancestors. Some people are more affected than others in regards to the emotions that we take on in our cells and in our DNA. But it's a deeper thing. And I wanted to share with you that my journey, and your journey too, if you choose to do some fasting in the future, can be more about healing things on a much deeper level. So the preparation I've done for this fast has been that I do eat clean, a plant-based whole food diet. And as I said, recently I've been eating some comfort foods. So comfort foods to me are more about higher fats, so avocado, nuts, seeds, and large quantities of food. Like, I'm a big eater, so I definitely have been eating a lot in the last few months, and I'm weighing a little more than I would usually. I usually weigh around 60 kgs, and now I'm at around 67 kgs, which I think is about 140 something, 144, 142 pounds, something like that. And this building before I've started to fast is something that I think is probably not a bad thing, because I will inevitably lose weight as I purge through the cellular memory that is held in my fat cells, held in every cell of my body, that I'm going to purge systematically every day throughout this fast. So I'm okay with being a little bit more on the heavier side of my normal weight. It's actually a good thing. I'm not saying go purge and stock up the fat stores, but certainly don't be too underweight if you're ever thinking to do a long extended fast, if you can help it, of course. And again, I just wanted to get back to the reasons why I'm doing this is obviously for the deeper level of fasting, but I realized that one day of fasting, we're going back 1 year in the cells and the cellular memory. So that's the theory, and I've tested it out a couple of times myself, and I do resonate with that. So, you know, if you're someone that believes in that and you want, or you're skeptical or you're curious and you want to try, then certainly look at tracking it. So I've started doing some planning for my fasting, and you know, because the 2020 fast is something that I do believe does need some planning. I'm, as I say, educated on the subject, and it's something that I do for a living. So I don't expect or even suggest that anyone goes out and just straight smack bang gets into a water fast, because even for my clients, I never recommend this. It's about getting into whole foods first, cleansing your system, making sure your digestive tract is actually working really well, which means you go to the toilet and move your bowels for every single meal that you eat, every single day, and it's regular. You need to be drinking the right amount of water for your body weight. If you're interested in that, I can tell you a bit more about that. And you do need to make sure that you've done some cleansing. Or in my opinion, I do think it's really important to do some parasite cleansing and some, you know, colonics, to do something that's actually going to hydrate and support the body to purge any nasty stuff that's stuck on the sides of the colon, or things that are not moving through the intestine. You know, the intestines, if you're able to do colonics, then it frees up space for your small intestine to flow into your large intestine. So I have a clinic. I run a colon hydrotherapy clinic. So I'm pretty all good with the colonic side of things, and moving my body, making sure that things are regular. So before I would recommend anyone to do something like this, I would say definitely cleanse your body first with whole foods. When you're at a point where you're ready to do some fasting, I suggest you start with juicing. But my journey, I've done the juicing, and my journey is different this time. So 20 days of water, 20 days of juice. So the 20 days of juice is almost like, although it's part of my 40-day fast for my 40th year, it's actually a way to break my water fast. So when I get to a point where I, you know, make my 20th day of water, and that's my goal, I've only ever done 10 days of water before, and I found it challenging towards the last couple of days. So I do need to do some planning, like I said before. Planning is really important so that I set myself up for success. It's not just what I do prior to a fast, it's what I do every day of a fast. And the last time I did a water fast and I did 10 days, to be honest, in the last few days, I really wasn't as onto it with moving my bowels the way that I should have. So for example, and it sounds like a bit gross, but you know, colon hydrotherapist here, you know, it's more, I wasn't doing the enemas as often as I would have recommended maybe to my clients in the last few days of that fast. And so I really learned from that, and I feel like that's something that I'm going to focus on quite a lot with this fast as well. So to give you a little bit of an update, you know, the water is something that obviously I've started today. I'm on day one. It's a day that I've had to myself, and it's been quite chill, and I haven't had to deal with much at all. It's been quite easy. I haven't drunk as much water as is recommended for a water fast. However, I am still feeling good. And on day one of a water fast, you can expect that your body is going to chew up any excess or any sugars that are present in the liver. So that's what's happening for me today. So I have plenty of stores of sugars that I'm running off today. And although I've had moments where I've thought, oh, I wouldn't mind something to eat, it's just a natural reaction, obviously, for me or for anybody who likes to eat. And I've just reverted and reminded myself I'm on a fast, and I've just gone about what I was doing. And I had some warm water, and I've had some room temperature water today, and I feel good. You know, it's late in the afternoon, and again, I've almost made it all the way through day one, and it's really not been an issue or a problem at all. But I do understand that I will run out of my sugars soon in my liver. So day 2 and day 3, you know, is starting to get into a different zone in the body. So the body's starting to scavenge and maybe start looking for some excess protein. So that doesn't mean that, you know, it's attacking my, you know, muscles or anything like that, but just any excess protein in the body, the body's going to start looking for that for energy. And after that point, we're going to get into a stage where the body is actually starting to produce its own stem cells. So that's something I'm really excited about, probably because I'm really looking forward to the anti-aging effects as I am about to turn 40. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's like people can spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars on amazing treatments in a clinic for their skin. Or they could, look at doing some cleansing and some water fasting, because the anti-aging effects of water fasting would far outweigh any treatments you could get in a clinic. So that's the reason probably why I'm in what I'm in, the business I'm in now. It definitely was my inspiration to get into this business in the first place, because I used to work in a skin-based business. But these days, and for quite a few years now, I've been very much involved in gut health and enjoying the benefits of really looking after the gut, and then that showing up in anti-aging effects and showing up in your skin. So anyway, they're the benefits I'm looking for in the superficial sense, but the reason why I'm actually doing it is not for that at all. It's not for that, it's not for fat loss, it's not for anything other than I really want to go deeper into the emotions that I'm storing and holding onto that I know will come up to be felt and to be purged. And I'm someone who has fairly recently discovered that I've been running on adrenaline, been running on anxiety. And I've been doing that for probably most of my life, and definitely when it's come to feeling like I want to be successful in my career, I've been doing a lot, taking on a lot, but it's probably due to some of my programming, if you like, where the underlying thought process is probably that I'm not good enough and I need to prove myself and be really busy, because I don't want to feel what it feels like to not feel that I'm good enough. So it's something to do with this, and this is what I've been working on quite intensely. I feel like everyone should feel like they're good enough, that they're worthy enough, that they're enough. And this is my journey in life, is to feel like I am enough and not feel like my unconscious or the smaller versions, younger versions of me that I hold inside are being ignored, or, think that they're not good enough, so, or that I'm not good enough as the 39-year-old that's sitting in front of you today. So this journey is deeper. It's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's not because I feel like I'm scared for my health or for my life, or that I'm starving myself or anything like that. It's just, I've not done it before. I've not done anything more than 10 days. And I feel like most of us are scared of what we haven't actually achieved before or experienced before. So this is a new thing for me. So between day 11 and, day 20 of water, it's new territory for me. And once I get into day 1 of juice, being 21 days of my entire fast, I feel like at this point I'll feel a lot more comfortable, because juice fasting, I've done 21 days, I've done 28 days, and it's been actually quite enjoyable for most of it, if not all of it. And I love the high of juice fasting. It feels amazing. So that's something I'm kind of working towards, but counting down 19 days from tomorrow. And please follow if you feel like this is something that is of interest to you. It's definitely something that is a really personal journey for me. I know that there's some history of trauma in every family, and obviously my family is no different. And that, trauma is trapped in our DNA. In my opinion, I feel like it's definitely trapped in our DNA, and as I said, it's passed down. And I realized that both sides of my family would definitely have some things that they would want to heal and not pass on. So on an energetic level, I'd really like to clear that stuff up, and I'd like to, address some of the things, like I lost a grandfather to lung cancer, and he had digestive issues for a really long time. So I know all disease begins in the gut, and I know that, that journey wouldn't have been comfortable for him. And I miss him so much. So there's, loved ones that are lost, like my other grandfather who digestive issues. He had, colon cancer. So that's something that, when you have cancer in your stomach or intestines, that's a pretty horrible cancer, just like any other cancer. And I know that those cells are part of what made me. So I think going back and seeing how I can help my body reconstruct and to heal and to, have that injection of beautiful fresh stem cells to rejuvenate, it can't hurt. So this is my journey. I'm Sarah Ellen, and I'm a wellness coach, and I love to guide people on these journeys all the time. And this is a really deep one that I'm doing for me. So thanks for listening, and I hope you get something out of my story.